Hey guys, it's Video Vince with Camera Exchange, and today I finally got my hands on the Tamron 70-180 F2.8. Now this completes Tamron's Trinity lineup that includes the 17-28 and the much loved 28-75. I went around downtown San Antonio to take a couple photos with this guy, and I just wanted to give you my impressions on this lens. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is actually the fit and finish of the lens itself. So the lens is pretty lightweight. It's made of plastic and not really much heavy metal, but it is definitely made exactly like the 17-28 and the 28-75. They're nice, lightweight, compact, especially for a telezoom just like this. The 70-180 is coming in less than 2 pounds at 1.78 pounds. Which is pretty light when you compare it to a G Master 24-70 2.8 or even like a Sigma 24-70 2.8. The barrel's a lot thinner as opposed to it having a thicker barrel, and when you of course zoom it in and out, it still doesn't even zoom out that long, and it's just a pleasant joy to use this lens when you're out walking around and taking photos. So aside from the amazing fit and finish that Tamron put into the 70-180, they packed a lot of great features within the lens itself. Starting out with the filter thread, you are getting a 67mm filter thread, which is the exact same as the 17-28 and the 28-75, which is awesome to hear because you do not have to buy or get different millimeter threads for each of these lenses. You can swap them out as you swap the lenses out, and it's just super convenient when you're out on location. So when talking about the glass, you are getting 19 elements in 14 different groups. So within that glass, you are getting some extra low dispersion and low dispersion elements that will help out with the sharpness and clarity of this lens. And when I was shooting out on the parks, I was getting amazing image quality. I was blown away by the sharpness of this lens. So when talking about bokeh, there are 9 rounded aperture blades within the 70-180. So as you can see here, when I was shooting at 2.8, I was getting absolutely stunning separation between the subject and background. The fall off was nice and smooth, and that bokeh was just nice and creamy, and it looks exactly how you would want bokeh to look. So take a look at some more of the images that I was able to take today. So when elaborating a little bit more on the elements of the 70-180, Tamron put in some nice anti-reflection coatings on those elements that help out with ghosting and flare. So if you saw the images before, you will not notice any of those issues within those images, which means that Tamron did a fantastic job coating these lenses to help out with those issues. So let's talk about sharpness. So I took the exact same photo both at 70mm, one at f2.8 and one at f8. So if we look at the image that 2.8 and if we look at the corners, you notice that the corners are a little bit distorted, which is to be expected. but I still find that the f2.8 version is still usable. Now you will get edge-to-edge sharpness at f8, which is to be expected. Okay, so the last thing I really wanted to touch base on this lens was the autofocus system. Apart from the 17-28 and the 28-75, the 70-180 f2.8 now has Tamron's first linear motor autofocus mechanism. And let me tell you that this autofocus system is a blast and such a pure joy to use. When I was out in the field, I was never having any autofocus issues whatsoever. Now, putting this lens on a Sony body, you are unlocking the eye autofocus detection and the face detection, and I never had any issues with that. So while moving on to video and the autofocus with video, as you can tell here, it was able to keep up with my face. Now, I wasn't moving it around like crazy, but I was still moving regardless, and it did a fantastic job. Again, the autofocus is nice, quick, accurate, and very, very silent. And if you're using this thing for sports or any fast action movement, you're never gonna have any issues with the autofocus. So in conclusion, the Tamron 70-180 is a phenomenal lens to have. If you already have the 17-28 and the 28-75, why not pick this lens up? You're getting a wide range of focal lengths that are versatile for just about anything that you can think of. They are all nice, lightweight, compact, they have quick autofocus, the image quality is fantastic, and of course they are budget friendly. You could probably get all three lenses for the price of what you would get a G Master. I had a blast shooting the 70-180, and it is definitely a contender when you're thinking about a long telezoom lens. But that's gonna wrap up this video, and all I really have to say about it, if you're interested in picking up one of these lenses, I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description down below. If you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop those in the comment section down below. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. We'll check you guys out next time.